Hey guys, so I was on my way home from work and saw the conditions that are right near my house. A neighbouring mountain is completely shrouded in cloud and I couldn't help myself, so this is a quick post-work shoot. Probably just a very short vlog today, but yeah, let's just head up there and see if we can't find anything. Bit of a last minute, a little bit rushed and hectic, but not sure if you can't really see that behind me. Yeah, so I wanted to get up there quick because there's only a couple of hours of light left, so but hopefully when I get up there I'll just take a few breaths and calm down, and I'm not sort of just running around frantic and scrambling for a composition. I can just take my time, and if I get something then awesome, and if I don't then that's the way she goes. So I'm quite lucky with these mountains that I live right near. When they get shrouded in cloud the way they do right at the very top. It's only a short drive, only about a half an hour's drive from my house, but sort of having a real fascination with woodland photography. The best conditions that for me anyway are foggy conditions, and I just love it. It's almost like a photographer's wet dream for me. But it's quite lucky because fog is not something that happens every day, but something that can happen more frequently is the top of a mountain being covered in cloud. So I try and make the most of these opportunities because they do happen a bit more often than just a bit of fog, especially like the low-lying fog. So I guess I'm quite lucky in that sense. Apologies if I sort of go into a bit of shadow, but whenever the camera picks up highlights out my window, it tends to favour them. I would change that, but I'm not going to pull over and change the settings on my camera. I'm not stopping until I get there, so apologies. So the mountain I'm heading up is called Mt Donna Buang. I hope you can hear me properly. I'm on a dirt road, so it is quite rattly and noisy. But I often come up here, especially when it's foggy, because there is just so much opportunity. The forest that's up here can be quite dense in places, but it's actually quite diverse as well. The higher you get, it sort of changes a little bit. And actually just driven past where I captured an image not too long ago. Back onto bitumen now. Yeah, just driven past where I captured an image not too long ago, and it was again foggy conditions, but it was beautiful, absolutely beautiful morning. And I just happened to look up and saw these branches overhanging the road. I literally just stopped on the dirt road and got out, and that's where I captured this image here. As I'm just surrounded by these epic gum trees that are just, miles high. Just you look up and they just seem to tower over everything. They're huge, and it just creates this quite almost like gloomy atmosphere, especially when it's really thick fog or cloud. And I just find it makes for really atmospheric photos. I love it, just absolutely love it. So, like I said before, capturing an image, literally just stopping on the side of the road, driving along, I just saw this amazing image, or what I hope will be an amazing image. I've just started coming into the cloud now, and you can already see the shift in atmosphere, and it's just, it just makes me so happy. Alright, I'm going to get out and let's try and make something out of this. So, just getting out of the car, I realised that my focus on this camera was a little bit off. I left in such a mad rush, I didn't even bother to check it, so I'll make sure I'm in focus from now on. And I guess that's another bit of a tip: always try and take your time, no matter how much of an urgency you're feeling. Alright, now I'm going to try and find a composition here. There's not really much I can do. I'm in the middle of a road. You can see my car's just pulled off the side of the road up here. But if you look behind me here, looking up, you can see that the tops of the trees are almost disappearing in cloud. But there's this particular spot just up here where you got all the vertical trees, but coming off it are all these beautiful branches that come off and curve upwards like this, and they all do almost uniform sort of behaviour. So I'll get set up and try and frame up a composition while it's not being run over by a car. Alright, so I've framed up my shot, as well as keeping an eye out for traffic. I'm just trying to take my time and make sure I get it all right. So I'm going to be taking 3 images, just because I'm using the telephoto, and there's 3 dominant trees that I'm using. With the telephoto, it's quite a difference in depth of field between them all, but also I'm zoomed in, I'm right up to 200 mil, so the depth of field is quite obvious. So I'm taking 3 images. I'm going to focus stack. Got 100 ISO, using an 1/8 of a second at f8. Just got a 2-second timer. So I'm quite happy with the composition. It's all sort of sweeping up from one corner to the other. The trees are pretty much perfectly lined up on the thirds, and I couldn't believe I just spotted this from driving along in the car. So I'll quickly get these so I'm no longer standing in the middle of the road. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Take the second one, focus on the second tree. And finally, on the closest one. I'm pretty happy with that. So it looks really good in the back of the camera. I guess we'll just make sure we wait until we get to post-processing, get it up on the computer, and then we'll be able to properly tell. really feel that some of the woodland shots that sort of catch my eye the most are the real gloomy, contrasty ones where the fog is almost so thick you can't make out any detail, and it's just these sort of skeleton tree shadows, and it just creates the most amazing atmosphere. I just absolutely love it. I am in Wonderland right now. I can't get enough of it. And the fog, the cloud, it's so thick. Oh my God. I'm just left, right and center, I'm seeing compositions everywhere that I just absolutely love. But that being said, I don't want to keep on just stopping on the side of the road and catching almost the same thing. But I would like to try and find something a little bit different each time. In fact, there is another tree that I'll happily take a photo of, but there's not really anywhere I can pull over safely. I'm going to try doing it. I'm pulling over on the side of the road again. And I'm going to try and get this shot. I can't help myself. There it is right there. That's awesome. Alright. I may just run out and capture this one without taking you guys with me, because this is a little bit more precarious, and I don't want to take too long here. So, oh, the cloud just got super thick. I'll face you guys out there so you can at least have a glimpse of the composition. But I'm going to quickly try and capture this one. Very happy with that shot. So the temperature just dropped from like 23 degrees, 24 degrees down to 14 in a matter of, well, I didn't even notice it. It had to have been in the last half hour. With the thickness that the fog is now, there's a composition that I found a little while ago that I managed to go back there when it was foggy, but it was only just light mist, and it wasn't enough. It needed to be proper thick fog. I'm going to keep going up the road, and I'll probably stop there again. That'll be my envisioned image, rather than just seeing the spontaneous side of the road images. It's starting to rain a little bit now, so that's fine. Brought my raincoat, so we'll see if the conditions aren't better for this this location this time. So my vlogging camera just absolutely carked it. I think my Canon 60D is probably starting to see the last of its days. So I'm having to film and shoot with my EOS R, and I'm only using my telephoto lens, so I won't try and put my mug in your face all zoomed up like this, so I'll just take you along for the walk like this. So as I just mentioned, my Canon 60D, my vlogging camera, just absolutely carked it on site, and it was just a bit too much to try and film and shoot with my EOS R. So I'm just using the one camera, bouncing between the two. So I've decided to end the video here in my office. I did actually keep going. The composition I had in mind I didn't end up using. It still didn't work, even with the thicker fog. This particular location, it's very, very intimate, but also extremely chaotic. So all the trees are only meters from each other, like it's very tight. But I did have a hunt around, and I found another composition that I really liked. I actually liked this one better than the one I originally had found. So I worked on that for a little while and ended up coming home with an image. Now, I sort of ummed and ahed about whether or not I liked it and whether or not I was going to put it in, but I have decided that I do like it, and hopefully you will like it as well. But yeah, I just want to say thanks if you've made it this far. Congratulations. I'm glad you've managed to stick around. But yeah, no, it was a really good afternoon. I was stoked with the images I've come home with, and since putting them up and onto the computer and doing all my processing, I've really thoroughly enjoyed it. So and I've just been stoked with what I came home with. But yeah, if you like the video, then subscribe. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this. Going to be showing a lot around sort of the area that I live, around the Yarra Valley Ranges in Victoria, and sort of just show the world what my beautiful home has to offer. So yeah, give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you want, and yeah, thanks for checking us out. See you guys.